Next, we need to add another row below this column play flip. I again drag a row under the layout of add components into the screen like this. Now you can see that the row was added in the column play flip itself. Let's remove this row from here and add it below from column play flip. First, I drag this row up from column play flip like this. Right, now column play flip was removed and added to the top row. Now click on the arrow in front of column play flip and minimize column play flip. Let's drag the row down from the column play flip like this. Okay, now I click the rename button from the properties here and rename the row as row 1 flip. Next, let's add a column to row 1 flip like this. I drag a column under the layout of add components into row 1 flip like this. Okay, you can see that a column called column 1 has been added like this. Now let's add an image and a button into this column. First, I drag a button in the user interface section of add components into column 1 like this. Now let's change the properties of this button as we want. Now click the rename button in front of button 1 and change the name of the button to flip 1. I type as flip 1 here. Next, remove the text of the button and give the code as 0018FF for the background color. Next, let's change the size. Select absolute size for the height of the button and give a value of 100. In this way, absolute size is selected for width and a value of 100 is given. Now let's add a background picture to this button. Here, click the box below the background picture and select the tab.png image. Also, center is selected for the background picture resize mode. Next, drag an image under image in add components into column 1. We will not rename this image, but after selecting the absolute size for height, the value is set as 80 after selecting the absolute size. We do not add a picture for this. Again, we need to add a column with a button and image in the row 1 flip in the same way. For that, we can duplicate the created column 1. I select column 1 from here and click the duplicate button on the right side of the rename button in the properties. Again, click on duplicate from here. Okay, now another column named column 2 as column 1 was added in row 1 flip. For this game, we need to add 2 more rows as row 1 flip. So let's duplicate row 1 flip. I select row 1 flip from the box showing components and click the duplicate button. Select duplicate from here. As you can see, 2 columns are added as column 3 and column 4, and another row called row 1 flip 1 was added. I select this row and rename it as row 2 flip. Type as row 2 flip here. There is no need to rename the remaining components. We need another row like this. So let's duplicate row 1 flip again. I click the duplicate button here and give duplicate. Okay, this newly received row is renamed as row 3 flip.